The experience of divine wisdom is your sacred right. Divine wisdom is what guides you along a spiritual path. It is this inner knowing that helps you to witness yourself as infinitely more abundant, loving, incredible. It is your inner wisdom that guides you to live your highest potential and to experience all that you are, even as you continue to expand and seek more. In each episode of the Wisdom Podcast, you will hear what insights, offerings, and truth have helped others conquer their fears, be resilient, live empowered and happy. You may hear your own story in some of the stories of my clients as they have healed themselves, become in control of their life, and as they have reclaimed their authentic power. Seeking a deeper understanding and meaning of life awakens us to discover our purpose and to witness the infinite beauty and joy that is so abundant. All of us are on a sacred path. When we awaken to this, we easily access the guidance of our inner wisdom, and we see the beauty of life unfolding in perfect ways to help us manifest all of what we want. I hope that each episode of this podcast can offer something relevant and timely for you, and that the sacred path that you are on is one that you choose deliberately, based on the inspired wisdom of your inner truth, as you live a beautiful and love-filled life. The psychology behind our desire to recreate and relive our most cherished memories of holidays past is to feel that same childlike joy, fascination, and wonder that was magical. In this episode, we dive into the 3 best practices for cultivating the magic of the holidays in real time, and the strategy for how to do this most successfully. This is absolutely your Thrive Guide for the holidays. Are you like so many others who do their best to recreate the magical moments of holidays past? Do you imagine yourself at a particular moment in time during childhood where everything was enchanting, surreal, and as if you were living in a fantasy? We tend to go to moments of our childhood as they evoke imagination and powerful imagery that immediately takes us back to that time of innocence, of wonder, and of belief in the magic. Do you think back to memories that evoke pure joy, laughter, and fun, so that you can feel these incredible feelings now? As a child, perhaps you anticipated what gifts were waiting for you under the tree on Christmas morning, or what you might receive on every night of Hanukkah. But as an adult, I'm going to encourage you to decide how you will curate magic and wonder by design, so that you can experience joy, anticipation, excitement, and of course, love, because you've opened your heart to it, and because of the actions that you've taken to feel magic through the acts of giving, of being grateful, of loving kindness, and of nurturing the relationships with your loved ones. It matters that you find and feel joy in the real meaning of the holidays, and not simply because you found your way to crossing everyone off of your shopping list and it's still 2 weeks before Christmas. In this episode, we dive into the best strategy for curating the true magic of the holidays, for experiencing joy in the anticipation of new experiences and shared laughter and fun, I might even suggest that you will want to continue using these 3 best practices as the strategy for how you live life. Let's begin with a few questions. Right here is a perfect opportunity to engage your inner wisdom. Let whatever intuitive answers that rise up be what you give your attention to. Grab some paper and a pen because you're going to want to capture the first impressions and ideas that enter your mind. These are important and will be worth exploring more as you decide what new actions and thoughts you will hold for what you wish to co-create. So the first question is this: what are your sources of joy? And secondly, what allows you to feel happiness easily? Write your answers. Dare to speak these aloud so that you can hear the enjoyment in your voice as you speak your words. And feel free to pause the episode here as you record your answers. What are your sources of joy? And what allows you to feel happiness easily? Next, ask yourself, how will I feel love, joy, and happiness throughout the holidays? Now, the key here is, how will you feel this for yourself? For example, do you need to be kind to yourself to feel love? Do you feel joy and happiness when you are doing something that you enjoy? Take a few moments here and consider this. How will I feel love, joy, and happiness throughout the holidays? Hopefully you've allowed whatever impressions and pictures that come to mind be helpful cues for you. You record your answers so that you can remember this inspiration and implement it. Your visual prompts and ideas will help you create a game plan. The notes that you are making right here, right now, will help you decide the strategy of the next several days and weeks of the holidays. It may also give you new ideas for the best practices in which to live your life. As much as we all love to feel enchantment, magic, and wonder, which is often cultivated by reminiscing about a past memory or experience that we associate with feelings of love and joy, I want you to decide how you will evoke these incredible feelings by choosing the specific actions and the attitude that will allow you to feel the way you want to feel throughout the holiday season. And if you've already figured this out, yes, indeed, this is about what you can do to evoke these feelings and not what you might wait for or hope that someone will do for you. We often idealize a situation that we would like, but without taking all of the steps that ensures that we may have this. This is how you manifest your reality. If you haven't yet, please listen next to episode 8 of the Wisdom Podcast, which is all about how you manifest your desires. In thinking about how you will decide to feel the magic, wonder, and love at this time of year, my hope is that this becomes a plan that inspires you to choose how you want to feel and experience life. To remember that above everything, you always have a choice, and that it is you that defines your magical moments, whether at the holidays or any time, because of your ability to hold presence in the moments of your life, and to look for and see the beauty, the magic in most everything, and perhaps in all of life. What makes the holidays enjoyable, less stressful and chaotic, more nourishing of love and self-care, is a rather simple yet ingenious formula. It's your Thrive Guide, if you will, consisting of 3 principles or best practices. The first, be love. Practice giving love to yourself first. Honor what you believe in and what is right for you, especially since others have different value systems and beliefs relating to the holidays. Ensure that you have ample time for giving to yourself, for what is important to you and what nourishes your soul. This will always be healthy practices that allow you to feel in balance, supported and uplifted. Giving to yourself first is not selfish. The definition of selfish is to lack consideration for others and to seek or focus on your own advantage, pleasure, or well-being without regard for others. Giving to yourself is self-nourishing and builds healthy self-worth. It is necessary for your well-being and positive mental state to care for and be loving towards yourself. As you practice and nurture self-love, it is easier to be loving to others, to give others of your time and care because you have been able to first care for your needs. The questions and visualization we did a moment ago was to reveal to you what you need to feel happiness, joy, and the energy of love. Ensure that you take these ideas and implement them daily. As the holidays approach, giving to yourself as the first task of the day, even if in small ways, and to acknowledge all that you are doing to be loving unto yourself will have great payoffs. You will feel more in balance, happier, more easily able to navigate stress and challenges, and to give love to others easily. This first principle is also a best practice for how to live life. Learn to take care of your needs on a regular, moment-by-moment basis so that you can easily be at your best, and to be this with others. Consider that when you are agitated or in a low mood, it will be more difficult to wear a smile and engage with positivism. From a positive mood state, it is far easier and less stressful to engage in conversation and to be on for the moments when you are in settings that are challenging. If it helps, use the mantra, be love. It will remind you of your higher consciousness directives, and it will help so much with a joyful, loving holiday experience. How do you become better at the choices that will help you take better care of yourself and do what nourishes your soul? How do you better assess your needs and give yourself more love when there doesn't seem to be enough time in a day for this? Here are some best practices and the positive mindset that is needed to ensure that you take the best care of yourself, because to do so is self-nourishing and self-love. Self-care and self-love begin as a mindset. It's something that you must decide is important first in order for you to make this a priority in your life. In the questions that you have already answered about what are your sources of joy and happiness, use your answers to inspire a plan for how you will practice self-care, balance, and love directed unto yourself during a time of year in which you may feel more pressure and external demands from others, and especially if you are new to this practice. This is why it's important to decide and map out in advance what you are comfortable to do and what you will decline. Saying yes to everything may be helpful for some. However, if you are honoring your needs, and if this includes a need to decline some activities, or to choose how you will participate in something because in doing so it honors your beliefs, then following this practice of self-care and self-love will help greatly in taking care of yourself. Discover how you can give to yourself in the ways that will sustain you and allow you to feel inherent joy, and how this is important and not selfish nor self-serving. All right, so the second principle here is bring joy. When you are inherently happy, when you recognize that authentic happiness is an experience that you choose, and based upon the positive feelings that you allow yourself to feel, that are inherently a part of you, you know that happiness is not the result of what others think, say, or do. This means that at holiday gatherings, others may not always be at their best. You may also have hurt feelings from unresolved past situations. Without needing anything or anyone to be responsible for your happiness, you can choose to bring joy, to show up at holiday functions and family gatherings in a positive mood state. And this allows you to spread joy, to observe how your innate happiness is like a feel-good experience that is contagious. One of the easiest ways to feel happiness instinctively is through gratitude and love. If you are being loving, you are also going to feel happiness. When you are thankful for what is in your life, for all of the good that you might take for granted, you will immediately elicit feelings of happiness from within. Be happy and fully present with family and friends. Practice feeling gratitude and love for all that you have in your life, even as you continue to work on making aspects different or better. The holidays are a time for many of us to come together for a short while. Make this time joyful. Consider how magical it was for you to feel joy and happiness as a child because of how others wanted so much for you to feel the magic of the holidays. Now, bring joy into the lives of others as you decide to be happy and positive, and as you share of yourself fully. Important for the success of family gatherings at the holidays is the practice of building and nurturing your relationships throughout the year. Then, when you come together at the holidays or at any family gathering, you will have built rapport and closeness, which then makes it more enjoyable and easy to be with your loved ones. Consider these questions. What would a healthier relationship look like? What are some simple steps that would improve your relationships? How would having better relationships with family members feel? Here are a few helpful reminders as you navigate the relationships that are important to you, and how to improve connections, gain a deeper appreciation of a loved one, and to cultivate closeness and a positive and loving relationship. First, practice building and nurturing your relationships throughout the year so that it will be more enjoyable when you gather for festive occasions. Far in advance of the holidays, and as a practice for how you live life fully, plan to keep in touch with loved ones, to make an effort to see people that are important family members, and to address disagreements or conflict so that you can resolve what hurts you and others are feeling. This is an important practice that often gets lost in the busyness of our life, and yet we gain so much from making a conscious decision to invest more in our family relationships. I've seen firsthand how the ongoing effort to reconnect and build closer relationships leads to much healing of past situations and an opportunity to feel closeness and comfort in being together, so that you can all enjoy this improved relationship at the holidays and ongoing. At the very least, prior to gathering with family and other loved ones, if there is an unresolved hurt that may take some time and effort to resolve, a phone call or loving note to your loved one, explaining your desire to overcome past hurts, will go a long way to feeling the love and making an otherwise uncomfortable situation far more comfortable. And 2, if you are not interested in the work of building a better relationship with a family member, perhaps because you have tried and this has been one-sided, and you recognize the limitations that exist, do your best to remain neutral, to be in the moment as you are together, rather than to focus on what hurts or bad behaviors have happened in the past. You may give yourself permission to not have a relationship with every person of your extended family. If your time with this person is limited to gatherings once a year, if that, and if you have made peace with the fact that the person is how they are, that you are not responsible for changing them, then it is important for you to offer peace in your time with them, and not to use this setting to rehash the past or aim to change them. Practice gratitude for your ability to put in place healthy boundaries, and choose instead to offer kindness and peace here in this moment. And finally, the third principle for this best practice to feel the love and the true meaning of the holidays: offer peace. In situations where there may be a potential for disagreement, misunderstanding, or conflict, remember to first offer peace. Offer peace and kindness because your mandate is to enjoy your time with others as much as possible. You may disagree with a comment or behavior, another person's belief or value system, but remember that you are visiting or hosting for a short time what has the opportunity to be an enjoyable and magical occasion. Offer peace. You can kindly decline to engage in what may be a difficult or unnecessary discussion, and instead shift the conversation to what others will find easy and enjoyable to talk about. Peace is not avoiding speaking your mind and sharing your truth. You can always find a kind way to be honest with someone. Peace is both a mindset and an action. When you are willing to be peaceful, it matters less if someone needs to be right or to have the last say in the conversation. Peace is the understanding that we all have differences, and therefore it is expected that we cannot possibly agree on everything. Offer peace in the throes of others who may be behaving less than kind, and you will also diffuse uncomfortable situations. Important for holiday magic is for you to feel at peace. To be peaceful is to feel calm, mindful, attentive, and contentment. Decide in advance of attending gatherings and social commitments how you will practice offering peace. Think about this for a moment right now. You may want to practice offering peace as a new life habit. And a few questions here to think about. How can you be peaceful? How can you offer peace to others? Do you need to extend a peace offering to a loved one as part of your desire to be love? Here is some guidance for offering peace as an action and as a mindset, and especially in moments when you feel triggered by others and have the urge to defend your position or speak unkind in return, or if you feel hurt by comments that have been made. The idea of offering peace is twofold. First, to embody the idea of being peaceful when you attend gatherings with family and other holiday events where emotion and behavior may get the best of some. The holidays may also be a time in which you decide to make peace or a peace offering to a family member or friend with whom you have not been in contact with. As adults, there may be no better or kinder inspired magic than making amends, being loving and forgiving to someone with whom you truly want to have a better relationship with. Luckily, the holidays tweak for most of us this desire to feel the magic and to let go of past hurts, so it may be the best time, pre-holiday gathering, for you to take a few moments to contact and connect with someone to share the love that we all want to feel at this time of year. Reconciliation allows for the establishing of a new kind of relationship, and one that is built on healthy practices and respectful boundaries. Practice being peaceful as a best strategy for keeping the peace, and consider in advance of your holiday gathering to make amends, to ask for forgiveness, to say, "I'm sorry," and to express the importance of another in your life. This is magical in and of itself, and a direct way to feeling more love and joy. I hope that this episode sheds much light for you on how much power you have for being love, bringing joy, and offering peace at the holidays, but considering that these practices may be a new way for you to live life. Please be sure to check out the full transcript and download the free content that has been curated specifically for this episode. It's your Thrive Guide to the holidays. It's my gift to you. I wish you all much love, peace, and joy, now and always. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of the Wisdom Podcast. To hear more, please check out the other episodes here, and then join me at dorothyratusny.com, where you can share your questions and feedback from this or any episode with me, and where you'll also find the Wisdom blog, the inspiration for this podcast, the latest online courses that I teach, my YouTube videos, an extensive library of free guided meditations for you to experience and enjoy, plus other special offerings of love. Please also visit me on social media and say hello. Allow yourself to go within, to access your inner wisdom, and to live this. Awaken your authentic power, live your truth, and be love. This is Dorothy. Namaste.